When Lin Chi used his unlocking skill to unlock the human genetic lock, he realized that his skills were becoming increasingly abnormal. Keywords of the novel. Apocalypse. My skills are becoming more and more abnormal without pop-ups. Apocalypse. My skills are becoming more and more abnormal. Download the complete set of TXT. Apocalypse. My skills are becoming more and more abnormal. Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Half bottle of spoiled milk. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Half bottle of spoiled milk. The rapid falling sensation made Lin Chi suddenly open his eyes, calm for a long time, and still feel his body slowly sinking down. After gasping for breath, the stiff body slowly regained consciousness, but the electric numbness still lingered. Brother Lin, are you awake? The sound in his ear made Lin Chi instinctively turn his head to look, but it gave him a feeling of familiarity and unfamiliarity. Are you Zhao Tuan Tuan? My field of vision was mostly blocked, and I could only see the upper half of the girl's face. I didn't know her, but the name came to mind. Lin Chi was about to observe why he appeared in this place when a sharp pain suddenly hit his mind, as if countless pieces of information were rushing in. Another whirlwind almost made him dizzy. What memories have I gained? Time travel. After the rapid fusion of memories, Lin Chi's face became increasingly ugly. My name is exactly the same as the name of this body. Even life experiences have many overlaps. It seems that I am another person in the parallel space. And this world seems to be on the brink of apocalypse, already beginning to collapse. Brother Lin, let's have something to drink. Tuan Tuan's voice was somewhat unusual. He took out a white bottle from his pocket and carefully handed it over. It was only when Lin Chi began to feel that his body was filled with soreness and pain, and even waves of stabbing pain came from the back of his head, making him unable to lift his spirits. My body seems to have been beaten to death just now. Immediately, regardless of what the group handed over, they drank it in large gulps. This milk is a bit spoiled, isn't it? After drinking it all in one breath, I felt the stomach slowly wriggling, and a trace of remaining energy slowly spreading throughout my limbs. Lin Chi licked the damp heat at the corner of his mouth before carefully examining the girl in front of him. Zhao Tuanxuan, the daughter of a hotel owner, has just graduated from high school, is 18 years old, has a good personality, and a cute appearance. In my memory, I haven't had much contact with her, even though I stayed in the hotel for nearly 3 months, I haven't communicated with her many times. But now her face is dirty, her hair is greasy, and her body is covered in dust, as if deliberately dirtying herself. I added some water, and it shouldn't hurt to drink it. Zhao Tuanxuan lowered his head, afraid for Lin Chi to see the panic on her face. I don't know if it was because of the effect of this half bottle of milk. Lin Chi gradually felt that his body had regained some strength, but the thought of the environment he was currently in made him even more anxious. I have struggled for half a life in another parallel time and space, and it can be considered that I have my own family business. Before I can enjoy it, I wake up again and face an even more tragic life. With the help of Tuan Tuan, Lin Chi got up from bed and went to the window to look out, feeling increasingly desperate in his heart. It seems that all the memories I have received are real. It has been 3 months since the end of the world arrived. This small hotel, originally owned by Tuan Tuan family, was assigned as a temporary quarantine 3 months ago when the virus spread. In the first month, the virus ravaged severely, and most people were unable to escape. However, at first, the virus did not show serious symptoms. In the second month, some infected individuals automatically recovered, but in most cases, the situation worsened, and some patients even showed signs of decay in their bodies. At the beginning of the third month, the virus completely broke out, causing countless infected individuals to mutate and become terrifying zombies. They would bite anyone they saw, making the order that had been maintained for 2 months completely useless. Especially 3 days ago, all the isolated patients turned into zombies, becoming unconscious living dead, completely exposing human nature. Previously, Tuan, as the owner of the hotel, was able to make those people dare not be reckless. However, with the death of Tuan's family, the long-standing resentment of being trapped in this place could even be ignored by those who offered them favors. Lin Chi only stopped them and was beaten up. Fortunately, the restlessness of the zombies outside temporarily caught their attention, allowing Tuan to take her to her room and temporarily avoid danger. Outside the window and downstairs, several figures holding simple long weapons are confronting several wandering zombies. The zombies with decayed bodies move very slowly, and some of their limbs even have exposed white bones, but they don't need much attack power, just their ferocious and terrifying state is enough to make people nauseous and unable to exert their strength. Be on guard. Everyone stabilize, you two poke your chest and one poke your head. These zombies are easy to deal with. The leader had a slightly chubby figure, a Chinese-style face, and wore golden glasses. His voice was slightly low, but he had a commanding tone. He huddled at the back, his body slightly tilted back, and there was a tendency to retreat directly to the hotel when he saw the situation was not good. Director Wang, what you said is easy. If you're bitten by a zombie, you'll get infected. Although most people have experienced self-healing from their first viral infection, if they are infected with this mutated virus for a second time, they will completely fall into similar organisms in a very short period of time. Even more terrifying than this decaying zombie. Damn it. When this thing rushes in, we'll all be infected. As long as we block these zombies and wait for federal rescue, I'll definitely take you out of here. Wang Pengzi, who looked like a leader, cursed angrily and kicked the person in front of him in the buttocks. He had no courage to deal with zombies, but when dealing with people, his verbal skills were more effective than force. The man holding a simple spear did not resist because of this kick. After all, he still had the courage to face the current predicament, afraid of an uncertain future. At least Director Wang has promised not to abandon them when federal rescue arrives. Otherwise, this spear would have killed this chubby guy long ago. But who made the entire hotel just have this one related account? There are people above them. Spicy next door. Lin Chi stood by the window and watched the scene outside. Only 4 zombies had wandered through the street, while there were 8 survivors. However, the only ones standing in front were the simple and honest young man who had been kicked and a strong man wearing a security uniform. The remaining 6 people, even holding hangers, wooden boards, and fruit knives in their hands, were all hesitant to step forward. When they come back, we will have bad luck. Lin Chi took a deep breath. In his memory, the chubby guy was a small leader. He was one of the people in front of him before, and the honest young man took over his position. There were several fallen zombies on the street, and it was obvious that the two had already killed a few. 2 days ago, when the virus completely broke out, I led the people in this area to actively clean up the virus body and zombies from the hotel, which gained some prestige, but also caused dissatisfaction from Director Wang. Even if there won't be any unexpected changes in the short term, after experiencing a dangerous situation, these people will accumulate some unreleased desires in their hearts. The only ones who can vent their desires at that time are themselves and Zhao Tuanchuan. Clear-minded individuals are isolated, vulnerable individuals are bullied, and corrupt individuals actually collude with others. Perhaps it was the overlap of 2 lives that gave Lin Chi a way of seeing things beyond himself, and he quickly analyzed the pros and cons. Brother Lin, why don't we secretly leave? Even if I die outside, I don't want to be. Thinking of what Director Wang had said before, a weak woman is of no use. It's better to let the main force resisting zombies entertain themselves, strengthen their courage, and boost their fighting spirit. My heart feels a chill. Director Wang had a good relationship with the Zhao family before, and it can even be said that he watched her grow up. Unexpectedly, in order to establish his own reputation, he made her a bargaining chip to win over others. Zhao Tuan has considered resisting, but after all, she is just a high school graduate. Her parents died under the virus, leaving her isolated and helpless. She can no longer find any support, and only after Lin Chi stood up for her did she find a sense of security. But this kind of security cannot last too long. In this situation, even if you leave, how far can you run, let alone those people outside? Lin Chi calmly pondered on a solution. At this moment, most of the people in the hotel were outside, and he himself was not without a solution to break the situation. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Manufacturing Zombies. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 3. Special Skills. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 4. Mastery of Unlocking. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 5. Where did she get the milk from? You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 6. Beautiful Meal. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 7. Killing 10 Zombies. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 8. Who says no gunhead can punk no man to death? You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 9. A small gun is also a gun. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 10. Your behavior is a bit harmful to the body. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors.